All right, thank you guys. We went 3-0 in our three premium college football tier package picks on brockpage.com last week. And if you want to see which one of these free YouTube picks on this video that I'm actually betting on personally, there's only one way to do that, and that's to sign up for my college football tier package picks on brockpage.com. We're also hitting at 71% in our last 15 college football tier package picks in that very same category. We currently have over 950 members who are signed up and active on that site. And if you find yourself really enjoying this video here today, please feel free to give it a thumbs up by smashing that like button. And if you want to connect with me on a daily basis, please feel free to hit that subscribe button as well and join the Brock Page family. I'd love to connect with you. And with that, guys, let's go ahead and begin. Florida State takes on Boston College. 12 o'clock Eastern start time. Boston College is -2, totals 55. Now, BC has played some really tough defense at home. They're 3-1 straight up at Alumni Stadium, 3-1 against the spread in those home games. They've also done a really nice job defending the pass at home as well. Josh DeBerry has 49 total tackles on the season, a couple of PBUs for the D-back. Meanwhile, Vinny DePalma has 48 total tackles himself, along with a forced fumble. BC's allowing just 19 points a game on the season. They also have the top 3 pass defense in the country. They're taking on a Florida State team who throws for just $196 a game. They rank 103rd in the nation in pass yards per contest. The Noles have failed to cover the point spread in 6 out of their last 9 ball games, and they rank 106th in stopping the run on the road. Now, injury-wise, Dotson and Tafili are questionable for Florida State. Meanwhile, for BC, Graham Mobley, Sebastian, and Vrabel are questionable for them. Now, total-wise, BC's 3-1 to the under at home, 70% to the under at any location. Meanwhile, the Noles saw 2 out of their last 3 road games fall under the line themselves. Florida State's 60% to the under for the entire season. I'm going to lean toward Boston College -2, under 55. Next matchup, it is going to be Michigan State versus Ohio State, 12 o'clock East. Ohio State's -19, total 69. This Buckeye defense has been real good stopping the run this year. They're giving up just 20 points a game, and they actually rank in the top 15 in rush defense. Ronnie Heckman has 80 tackles on the season, couple of interceptions and a pick 6 for the safety. Meanwhile, Cody Simon has 46 tackles along with a sack and a pick as well. The Buckeyes have won their last 8 straight, and they also score more points per contest than any other team in college football. C.J. Stroud's thrown for over 3,000 yards along with 30 touchdowns. Meanwhile, Jackson Smith-Jigba averages over 100 yards receiving a game, and Chris Olave has 11 touchdown grabs. But it's not just all passing at Ohio State. Travion Henderson is averaging over 100 yards a game on the ground, and he scored 14 rushing touchdowns. They're taking on a Michigan State team who failed to cover against the likes of Purdue and Nebraska this season. And as a matter of fact, that Purdue game was an 11-point loss where they actually let the Boilermakers score 40 on them. The fact of the matter is, this Michigan State secondary has really hurt these guys in the long run. They're 130th in the country in pass defense. Now, total-wise, Sparty saw their last 3 straight get over the number, 60% to the over for the entire season. Meanwhile, on the other side of things, the Buckeyes saw 4 out of their last 6 get over the number themselves. I'm going to lean toward Ohio State -19, over 69. Next matchup, Wake Forest, Clemson, 12 o'clock East. Clemson's -4.5, totals 56. And as much as they've struggled offensively this season, Clemson averaged 35 points a game in their last 3 outings. The Tigers are also perfect 5-0 straight up in Death Valley. This Clemson defense has been really good this season. They're allowing only 15 points a game, and they're holding their opponents to just $197 passing per contest. Miles Murphy has 6.5 sacks on the year, 29 tackles for the DN. Meanwhile, James Skalski leads the program in tackles with 74. The Tigers are in the top 15 in the country in yards allowed per game. They're taking on a Wake Forest team who, I get it, they score a ton of points, but they failed to cover the point spread in 3 out of their last 5 contests, throwing out the NC State game. Now, Wake Forest has also struggled to slow down the run. They're actually allowing over 202 yards per contest on the ground, and they rank 109th in defensive yards per game. Now, total-wise, 6 out of Wake Forest's last 10 meetings with Clemson fell under the number. Meanwhile, the Tigers saw 3 out of their last 5 home games fall under the total themselves. They're also 60% to the under in their last 10. I'm going to lean toward Clemson minus 4.5, under 56. Next matchup, it is going to be Arkansas versus Alabama, 3:30 p.m. Eastern start time. Alabama's minus 20.5, totals 58. The 9-1 Crimson Tide is scoring 45 points a game, and they rank in the top 10 in yards per contest. Bryce Young's thrown for over 3,000 yards already, along with 33 touchdowns. Jamison Williams is also averaging over 100 yards a game receiving, and he has 10 touchdown grabs. Now, defensively, the Tide's allowing only 18 points a game, and they rank in the top 5 in yards allowed per contest. Will Anderson leads the nation in sacks with 12 of them. The sophomore also has 67 tackles and a couple of PBUs. Henry Tu'o has 71 tackles on the season as well. The Tide's got a top 3 rush defense at home. They're taking on an Arkansas squad who lost 2 of 3 on the road this year. The Razorbacks are also 102nd in offensive passing away from home. Now, total-wise, 3 out of Arkansas's last 4 away from home fell under the number. Meanwhile, Alabama's gone 70% to the under for the whole season themselves. I'm going to lean toward Alabama minus 20.5, under 58. Next contest, it is going to be Oregon versus Utah, 7:30 Eastern start time. Utah's minus 3, numbers 59. The Utes failed to cover in 6 out of their last 10 ball games, and they're struggling to throw the football at home. They're taking on an Oregon squad who won their last 5 straight, and they gain over 225 yards a game on the ground. Travis Dye's gained over 900 yards on the ground and scored 12 rushing TDs. Meanwhile, defensively, the Ducks are in the top 10 in turnovers. Veron McKinley has 5 interceptions on the season, 58 tackles and a forced fumble. Meanwhile, Kayvon Thibodeau has 6 sacks, 2 forced fumbles, and 34 tackles on the year. Now, total-wise, oddly enough, 3 out of Oregon's last 4 games got over the total. Meanwhile, Utah saw their last 6 straight all get over the line themselves. I'm going to lean toward Oregon plus 3, over 59. And with that, guys, we're going to jump into our quick pick recap, powered to you by my website at brockpage.com, where we are 3-0 in our last 3 college football tier package picks. I like Boston College minus 2, under 55. Ohio State minus 19, over 69. Clemson minus 4.5, under 56. Alabama minus 20.5, under 58. Give me Oregon plus 3, over 59. And as far as all the other games go here on Saturday across the nation, I'm going to go ahead and lean toward Georgia minus 54.5, over 61. Florida Atlantic plus 10.5, over 64. Oklahoma minus 3.5, over 59 and a hook. Kent State Golden Flash minus 13.5, under 73. Army Black Knights minus 36.5, under 56. Kentucky Wildcats minus 36, under 60 points. Texas A&M minus 45.5, over 52. Purdue minus 11, over 47 and a hook. Penn State minus 18, over 47. Mississippi State minus 44.5, over 50 and a hook. I'm also leaning toward West Virginia minus 2.5, under 56. Give me the Tulane Green Wave minus 5.5, under 60. North Carolina minus 38.5, over 64. Coastal Carolina minus 24 over 60. Arkansas State plus 17 over 65.5. Iowa Hawkeyes minus 12.5 over 38 and a hook. Notre Dame minus 17 over 58. Washington Huskies minus 6.5 under 43. Troy plus 10 over 51.5. The Navy Midshipmen plus 4 over 46 and a hook. Charlotte 49ers plus 14.5 under 62. Michigan minus 15.5 under 57 and a hook. Indiana Hoosiers plus 7.5 under 43 and a hook. Wisconsin Badgers minus 10 under 43. Middle Tennessee State minus 3 over 50 points. Cincinnati minus 10 under 65. UAB Blazers plus 4.5 under 53 and a hook. Pitt Panthers minus 14 under 66.5. BYU minus 20 under 57.5. Florida Gators minus 9 under 69. TCU minus 21 over 64.5. Louisiana Raging Cajuns plus 4.5 under 53 and a hook. UTEP Miners minus 9 under 47. Syracuse Orange plus 11.5 under 50. Tulsa minus 21 over 51. USC Trojans plus 3 over 65.5. UCF Knights minus 30 over 55.5. Baylor plus 1 under 50 points. South Carolina plus 7.5 under 45. Stanford Cardinal plus 2 over 45 and a hook. Florida International plus 10 under 57.5. Tennessee Vols minus 28 over 62. Vanderbilt plus 36 over 65. Virginia Tech plus 7.5 under 56. Oklahoma State minus 10 over 56.5. Utah State minus 5.5 under 52 and a hook. LSU minus 29 over 57.5. Boise State minus 27 over 48. Oregon State plus 3 under 59. Before I give you my next and final free pick for the video, one final reminder that we are 3-0 in our last 3 college football tier package picks on BrockPage.com. We're also hitting at 71% in our last 15 college football tier package picks in that very same category. I'm going to lean toward Hawaii plus 2.5 over 54. And with that, guys, now it's time for our shout out of the day. And that's going to go to Matthew Niels, who said the other day, let's go. All right, guys, that's going to do it for me. Don't forget to check me out on BrockPage.com. Now, if you guys do end up getting a membership here today on that website, just keep in mind you're going to get billed the day you sign up and then the first of every month following that. So if you do end up getting a membership here today on BrockPage.com, you're going to get access to that content all the way through the end of November. I always tell folks in every single video, the earlier in the month you sign up, the better. Most importantly, guys, got to thank you for joining me right here on YouTube. I really hope you enjoyed all this great free content, all this great free information. And with that said, guys, happy Friday to you. Best of luck to you. And I look forward to seeing you later on today on my website at BrockPage.com.